Hey YouTubers, this is Donette. I know you're not facing me right now, or I'm not facing the camera, but I wanted to show you my ongoing project that I have been here building in Guyana, South America. So I am closer to opening my Airbnb section of my business. As some of you may know, or all of you who follow me know, I came home about 2 years ago to begin working on my bistro and lounge project. And, I started off with a very small building and then eventually built another small building attached to that one. And then eventually built a very big building. And upstairs from here, you will find the Mona Lisa dining and lounge and dinner and dining lounge. And down here we have the a 20 by 20 space. So we went with the yellow, because yellow is my favorite color. So I went with a theme wall with yellow. This is one of my favorite art pieces I got from online. Definitely depicting music and fun and a vibrant, nightlife or day life. And then over here, I have, these are all pictures or, different artwork from my apartment in Florida. As you guys know, I lived in Fort Lauderdale, or for some of us, Miami, because so many people just deem Miami as as all of Florida. Once you're international, a lot of people will say Miami rather than saying Florida. All right, so for those of us who are from the U.S., we know that it is Fort Lauderdale. So I'm bringing my apartment concepts right here, using back some of the very themes that I use. Of course, you're not going to throw your favorite things away. So this is a art piece that I got from, I think, just the regular store. I think maybe Ross or something. I saw it there and loved it. So I picked it up there. This one I may have also gotten from a local store around the area there in Fort Lauderdale. And this is a praise and worship art piece. Love it. So I brought it with me. This is a little, I guess, Chinese art thing. Got it somewhere years ago. And this wall has a little defect on it from the guy who plastered it. So my husband placed it right here to cover some of that plastering defect. And one of the things that you'll find is that people will do work that, even though you hope they do it well, it's, they mess it up somewhere along the line. And this is the nature of the beast in doing work here in the Caribbean, I think, period, where people just don't take as much or pay attention to details as much as we would in the U.S. and perhaps in other countries, first world countries. So also along with the yellow, we also went with deep gray. The yellow was my concept. The deep gray was also my concept because my husband liked the lighter gray, and I told him, let's try the deep gray. But when I went to the store, I was going to do the lighter gray because, I didn't want to seem selfish. So, but then the store that I usually purchase didn't have the deep gray, the light gray. So I decided, oh, perfect. Now I have a good excuse for using the dark gray. I absolutely love the contrast of the two colors side by side. I have the same gray in my apartment in Fort Lauderdale, so I definitely wanted to keep that concept. And as you can see, yellow is definitely my favorite color. I am going to take you next door where, okay, so I'll take you next door in a little bit. But the windows we got placed in about 2 or 3 weeks ago. The neighbor came over and helped my husband put it in, which was really good because my husband is not like a person who knows this kind of stuff. So he just assisted the neighbor in putting it up for us. And he charged us nothing. He's really a kind guy, honestly. All right, so it's not finished yet. So of course you can see crease on the top. So we are going to buy the materials, whatever is needed to fix that up. But it's ongoing. It's a project, right? Up here, we were thinking about sealing it somehow, and I came up. I don't like the idea of putting a full ceiling on in the Caribbean. Like, seriously, I have where I go to get my hair done. My hairdresser's been having major problems with bats in her ceiling, and I cannot do bugs, bats, any kind of insects in living in the ceiling, and then I have to rip the whole thing down. So I'm trying to come up with a new concept, something that will go directly to the floorboards, and where I can just avoid the dust from coming down, but at the same time, just not deal with any kind of bat or issues with things living within my ceiling. So anyway, that's another project, and that's going to cost more money. This is the thing with project. It costs money, guys. It costs money. I swear. I don't know where I'm getting all this money from. I don't know where we're getting all this money from, but we have to always be on top of our game with making decisions, financial decisions about what's necessary and what's not necessary. All right, so this is our living area over here. So we have one room to rent, and in the meantime, we'll stay over here because we just need a place to stay while we're under facility. So we don't want to, we didn't build a house yet, and I do have my grandmother's house, as you guys know, but it's hard going down there. Now that my husband is here, I feel safer staying on property. So we decided to just move everything in here. We had debated just leaving the things at my grandma's house, but I don't have space there either. I filled up her house with so many things, it's not even funny. And my room down there is filled up. The living room, I put my old furniture that I sent in, so that's filled up. The dining room is filled up as well with a big table that I sent in. So I basically had redone my grandmother's house about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and sent in all the things that I moved out of our house in Georgia before we relocated back to Florida. All right, so this is our living quarters. We haven't moved in yet. We sleep in the bar because it's not comfortable in here to sleep. So it's better to just use the airbed in the meantime. And once we are well settled in, because of course we need ceiling up top to prevent any dust from coming down, right? So we need to get that taken care of before. But we're going to do one room at a time. I'm thinking about plyboards and painting the plyboards. So y'all let me know what you think about it. There's also like another plasticky thing. And I'm really trying to go rustic. So for me, that's hard. Where it looks really shiny and pretty. It's very, very pretty. And I think it could paste directly onto the floorboards. But, God, I'm not feeling the shiny kind of look. I really want some rough, looking, details in terms of rustic, country, something more, not so modern, something that looks dated. So that's my concept for this facility, not this new age kind of construction. I want to go back to what the islands used to look like. Everybody wants to seal everything up. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants walls that are nice and smooth like the US, and I'm like rugged, rough. Give me concrete. I'll paint it. I'll make it look pretty. That's what I'm going after. Give me boards or give me woods that look, like natural thing, and I will do something with it. But this whole everything got to be smooth and pretty and shiny, and not me. So anyway, so this is where we are. We don't have a headboard up. This is an extra bed that we brought in to put into the Airbnb bed space. So we just kind of, we set it up because, if in the daytime I want to come in and lay down, I can. It got my sofa tufted Gray sofa here, love it. So, and I got my one seater over there, three seater, and then a one seater. I got my little coffee table. All the stuff is from the U.S. You got my fan. You know, this fan is just for design. It's really doesn't push any breeze, I swear. Um, got no, well, most of the things here are things that everything in here are things that I brought in. And if you look around, you'll see things are still wrapped up because, you know, there's nothing, and there are tons of stuff here. We got some clothes and stuff over here. I've been trying to make over here look a little bit pretty, but failure to do so. So, and notice over there is done, you know, like in terms of the walls and everything, and over here is still undone. That's because, guys, let me say something. When you hire a contractor, we all can go through this, so don't knock on me. But I paid this guy the money to do this floor. He charged me $60,000, which is $300 to, you know, recap the floor, and $300 US. And he did such a bad job that I had to pay an extra $300 to get it done over. So far they've recapped this one, and we are beginning to lay tiles down, as you can see, right? So, but the actual room over here, we did not get to do just yet. So we have to do them one at a time. So what we're going to have to end up doing is moving all of our furniture from over here and put it into this room once it's completed. So it's going to be a while before the Airbnb actually opens up. Not only that, we still have to seal up top. So, and we're kind of looking for the idea and what to do with that. You know, if someone knows an idea that is better than the shiny look, let me know, because I honestly am trying to get away from it. But if that's what I have to go for, then that's what I'm going to do. I need something that looks kind of dated, something that is not ugly, but something that give me a Caribbean feel to it. All right. So, okay. So up here, notice, of course, between the foundation of the bottom part of the building and the top part, we have openings. Now there's so much breeze that comes through there that we decided that we're not going to seal it off, because before we were just going to seal it off. So there's sunlight that comes in and there's breeze that comes in. So we're just going to mesh it off, you know, put some mesh, and the mesh will prevent any insects from crawling in and all that. And it's going to be something pretty where it's not going to look so crazy, right? So we're going to mesh that off. So that way it looks, you know, we can prevent any kind of things from crawling in or whatever. All right, but it's the Caribbean, man. If you can't live with lizards and bugs, I don't know. It doesn't even matter if it's inside or outside. They're all over the place, okay? So, you know, I guess I've been living in Florida for about 20-something years, so I'm accustomed to bugs. So it's not a big deal. And then, of course, I'm an island girl, so it's normal to live with bugs. But they're not inside here crawling around, I promise you. So when you come, you don't have to worry about, you know, a bunch of stuff crawling on top of you. But I'm telling you, they can come in. If they want to, they will. All right? And when they do, you just have to try to control them as best as you can. And I am not a person, even though I am an island girl and I live in Florida, I'm accustomed to bugs. I don't like bugs near where I sleep, where I eat. I don't want it next to me. I mean, I am a creepy crawly kind of screaming girl. Like, listen, I do not play around with bugs. So my place has to be, you know, immaculate. And if I see a bug, I'm going to spray it. All right. So you won't have to worry when you come here about sleeping with bugs. Okay. If you decide to rent my place, it'll be nice and clean and bug free as much as I can, even though you can't totally prevent everything 100%. All right, so let's see what else I can tell you. So I'll start, once everything is completed, we will start doing long-term stay, no short-term, because we don't want this to be a brothel where people are in and out and using it for 3 hours, all right? It's not that type of space. All right, so it's gonna be a space where people can use for 3 days and 3 to 7 days, anywhere from 3 to 7 days. All right, so look at my shower. So they were talking about tiling it off and all that stuff, but I'm going for the rough look, so I'm good. Just regular, concrete bathroom. It's gonna be pretty, so you don't have to. I'm gonna tile the floor, of course, but inside tiling and the bathroom, I don't want to deal with long-term issues, things falling off, and because this weather in Guyana is a beast. All right, it will break anything. So I'm not into putting things up that's going to be falling off within